Hey, what's up, guys? Well, I got another project on this '04 Mustang. I've been having problems with a flutter in the air intake, and it's only when it's at idle. And then the RPMs will kind of go up and then come back down, but then it makes a fluttering noise down in the air intake down in here. So I got a new idle control module, and so I'm going to put that in tonight and see if that solves the problem. Very simple job, but I'm going to start the car up and see if I can let you guys hear what it's doing. So before I do this, I'm going to do that and let you guys listen to it and see if you can hear it, and hopefully the mic will pick it up, and you'll be able to hear what issue I've been having with it. And I've got to get this thing smogged, so I don't want that thing having a flutter. It's not throwing any codes or a check engine light or anything like that, but I'm just afraid it might affect it when I go in to have it smog done. So I want to put this in tonight and see if that doesn't solve this problem. Hear that? Anyway, that's the noise it's making, so we're going to see if that idle control motor will correct that problem. Anyway, I hope you guys were able to hear that noise that it's making in the intake, and it's only at an idle, and every time it does it, the RPMs kind of go up and then they come back down. I've already did some things to try and solve the problem. I cleaned the throttle body with throttle body cleaner, and I got some mass airflow sensor cleaner and cleaned this mass airflow sensor. So that didn't solve the problem. So now I'm going to replace that idle control motor and see if that doesn't do it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Get this hose out of the way right here. Get that out of the way so that it's out of the way, and then it's only got 2 bolts here that hold it on there, so it's going to be pretty simple. So I'm just going to disconnect this hose, get that off there, get that out of the way, and then disconnect this electrical connection. You just push in a tab here and just pull it off. And so now I'm going to get my socket wrench in a socket that'll fit those bolts and get that off there, and hopefully I can reuse the gaskets, because they don't give you a gasket with this new idle control motor. So hopefully I can use that gasket again. Okay, it looks like it takes an 8mm socket, so I'm going to take my 8mm socket and I'm going to unhook this hose right here too, and so that'll be out of my way, and then we're going to take that thing off there and put the other one on there, and then it'll be just a matter of testing it to see if it solves that problem. We'll go after the bottom one first. Hardest one to get to. Make sure you don't lose your bolts. And it looks like the gasket's in pretty good shape, so I'm going to just go ahead and reuse this gasket. Also tried to clean this too. I tried to clean this idle control motor, and it didn't solve the problem, so I'm going to put a new one on there. I'm going to reuse this gasket and get this put back on there. I'm just going to leave it real loose, make sure my gasket's lined up. Bottom one's a little bit harder to get started, but I think I got it. Tighten them up. Okay, it's tightened up. I'm gonna make my electrical connection. Put the electrical connection back on. Put this hose back on. Get this other hose back on. And get that other hose on there. Get this hose back on there. Okay, it's pretty painless to do. Now all I gotta do is start the car up and see if it runs. And then I'll probably have to drive it probably a couple days and make sure that it doesn't do that again. But I'm going to start it right now. Maybe it'll start doing it right away or not do it. We'll see. Hopefully that solves this problem. Well, so far so good. I've been letting it run for about 15 minutes and it hasn't been doing that fluttering noise, so hopefully that took care of the problem, and I'm going to have to drive it for a while and make sure that it solved that problem. So anyway, it's a pretty easy project. If you're having a problem like that with your idle doing funny things, you can try cleaning this idle motor first. And I did that. I cleaned it out, and you want to make sure you got the motor up like that, because you don't want that throttle body cleaner getting up into this motor. So I cleaned this out real good before I bought the new one, and it didn't solve the problem. So I went ahead and got a new one. And you want to make sure you get the Motorcraft. Don't. I've read all kinds of things on forums that the aftermarket. If you get one that isn't Motorcraft, I hear you have more problems than it solves. So make sure you get the Motorcraft idle motor, and just 2 bolts. Just got to remove some hoses to get out of your way to get to it. 8mm socket, and that pretty much is it. And I was able to use the old gasket. The old gasket seemed like it's in pretty good shape, so went ahead and used it. And so hopefully this will solve my problem. And so if you need to replace one of these things, then you can just watch this video. Anyway guys, if this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.